Hello Sauk Middle School, and hopefully you're having a great morning. This morning you're going to be watching a video regarding organization. Last year we had handheld planners. However, this year we do not. And so some students are having a tough time organizing their work, writing down their homework assignments and things like that. And so this video is going to give you 4 options on how to organize your information. That might be through the Schoology calendars, or another option, a brand new option, is Sauk's electronic planner. So as you're watching the video, all that I ask you to do is pay attention, have your Chromebook out, and try to follow along. For the teacher, please be observant in the classroom. If you want to push pause and have a conversation throughout the video, please do so. Like I said, these are 4 options. Please choose one that works best for you regarding writing down your homework assignments and or staying organized throughout the year. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have questions at the end or something's not working, please talk to a teacher or stop by Mr. Fossum's room and have a conversation with me. We'll be glad to help you out. Enjoy the video. In option number 1, I'm going to show you how to navigate your Schoology calendar so you can see the big picture of what you're doing in every class all day long, or how you can navigate individually through your classes. And so when I take a look, what I want you to do is I want you to click on your Home tab here in the upper left hand corner. And when you do that, if you look on the left hand side, there is a Calendar tab. Please click on that. And so at this point, you can see what you're doing in every single class on every single day. And so some teachers will put on the activities that they are doing that day in class, or teachers will also put on their calendar what your homework assignments are. So based on your teacher, it might look a little bit differently. Some teachers might not put that information on this calendar, but you can. And so I will show you how to do that in a different option. But as of right now, when you take a look at this, this can be overwhelming at times because there's so much information. It's overwhelming. It's all the same color. So what can I do to break this up? And so if I go up to the blue Calendars tab here, I click on that, you're going to see that there's a bunch of check boxes here. And so if I uncheck these, you're going to see that my calendar starts to simplify. And so if I want to just take a look at the end of the day, hey, I just want to see what I'm doing in global studies, I click on that and it pops up. And so if I click on that, it will show me what I'm doing. If I want to go to industrial tech, I click on industrial tech, and I can click on that day and it gives me a preview of what I did in class or what your homework assignment will be that day. If I want to go to math, I click on math and it shows me exactly what I'm doing in math class that day. Now what I'd like you to do before you leave, I want you to go back and click on all of your classes one more time. So when you come back to this again tomorrow, all your classes will be showing up. That way you can continue to see what you're doing on a daily basis in those classes. Now, once again, when you take a look at this, it's all the same color. And so I'm going to show you how to break it up based on color. So some of you might like this option, but it's just overwhelming because it's all the same color. So how do I fix that problem? So if I go back to the same calendar link, over on the right hand side it gives you the colors that you can choose from. So if I want global studies to be maybe blue, I can click on that. If I want English to be purple, I can do that as well. If I want linear algebra to be red, click on red. And so now it breaks your calendar up by color. And so sometimes that breaks it up so it's not so overwhelming. Now, if you don't like looking at this all at one shot, you can break it up based on your class. So if I go up to the courses, click on courses and pick whatever I want, let's say linear algebra, and I go over to the right hand side, there's a little calendar link, click on that, and this will only show you your math class. And so if I click on that, it will show you what we did that day in class or what your homework assignment is. If I want to go to industrial tech, I click on industrial tech, go to that class, same thing, go over to the right hand side, click on that, and you can see what you're doing that day. So either it could be homework assignments or it could be just the activity that you're doing or working on in class. And so that way, when you go home, you can kind of double check your work. Am I getting all my work done? What did I miss? If you're gone or you're sick, you can keep up with what you're doing in class. So that is option number one on how to use the calendar in a big picture way or in individual classes. In option number two, I'm going to show you how to add an event to your calendar. Sometimes your teacher might not always write the homework assignments down for you, and that's what you want to track using your Schoology calendar. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And so if that is an option on how you want to use your calendar, if you go up and click on Home again in the upper left-hand corner, please do so. And if you go over to the left-hand side, click on Calendar, that will give you the big picture calendar again. And so let's say it's October 26th. And so I'm sitting in my math class and my teacher tells me what my homework assignment is. And so if I hover over October 26th or whatever day you want to be looking at, there's a little addition sign. So if I click on that addition sign, now I can type in my homework for math. So maybe the title is math class or math, and maybe I need to finish solving one-step equation worksheet. I'm going to click on this little comment box so that way I don't have to make any comments later on, and I hit create. And so now I've added an event to my calendar. So now I go to my next class, I go to English, and I click on that, and I have a homework assignment there as well. So I'm going to maybe in the title box write English, and maybe in that class I need to finish reading an article, and my teacher wants me to use marking the text strategies. Click on the little comment box and hit create. And so what that does is now you can use your calendar, you can write your own homework assignments down on that calendar. And if I don't want to see this big picture again, once again, going back to that earlier in the video, if I go onto my calendar where it's the blue link there, if I click off all my other classes and just have the me identified, so if I just click on me, now I can see all the homework assignments I'm adding myself. So here I am, it's math, I click on that, finish solving one-step equation worksheet. If I go down there, click on English, finish reading an article, marking the text strategies. And so that now narrows it in on what I need to do for my homework assignments. And so if I made a mistake to this, if I click on it, say I made a mistake with what I needed to write for my homework assignment, I can go view item, go to this little gear box in the right hand corner, click on that, and so now I have an option to editing my information. So I can make changes here if I want, and then click Save Changes. If I don't like this, I want to just delete it because I made a mistake, I can also click Delete. All right, and so if I go back to my big calendar, before you move on, once again, I would like you to go up here and click on all of your classes once again. That way when you arrive to your class tomorrow, you can kind of see what you're doing in that classroom. So always go back and click on your other classes so when you walk in, you will have access to all the information you need to be successful in that class. So that completes option number 2 on how to add your own events or your own homework assignments to your own calendar. brings us to option number 3. If you like using the handheld planner last year, this might be the choice for you. So we have created an electronic planner for you. And so if you're finding that it's really hard to navigate through the Schoology calendar on marking or following your homework assignments or just keeping organized, this option might be the best fit for you. And so I'm going to show you how to navigate the electronic planner. And so how do you find electronic planner? Depends on if you're in Avid or in homeroom. Go to your courses. If you're in homeroom, find your homeroom class. If you're in Avid, find your Avid class. So I'm in homeroom right now, so I'm going to click on homeroom. And on the left-hand side, I'm going to go to the materials tab. So I'm going to click on materials. And I'm going to scroll on down where it says SOC Electronic Planner. So I click on that. It'll pull up an icon of a planner. You want to click on the picture. And so a window pops up and says, would you like to make a copy of SOC Electronic Planner? And you want to do that, so you click on the blue button where it says make a copy. This might take a couple seconds. And so once the electronic planner pops up for you, you want to go to the upper left-hand corner and change copy of SOC and make a title that works for you, that you're going to be able to find this. So I'm going to write my last name, Fossum's Electronic Planner. So if my name is Anderson, maybe I want to write Anderson's Electronic Planner or Carlson's Electronic Planner, whatever your last name is. And so I want to find this document. So I'm going to use this address here. I'm just going to bookmark, or you can go to this little star. And so I want to bookmark this address. So I click on the star, and once again I might want to change it right here as well. And so you have a bunch of options. I don't know what you have, but I'm going to bookmark this to the bookmark bar. So I'm not going to change this at all, so I'm going to hit done. So now if I come back tomorrow and I want to use this as a resource, I'm going to go to my bookmark bar, which is on the top of your Chromebook here, and I go to this little arrow. If it doesn't show up, I'm going to go to the little arrow, click on it, and it's going to be right there. So I click on it, and now you have an electronic planner. And so how do you use this electronic planner to help you? So it's all set up for you, so just find the date. So it's October 23rd through the 27th right now. I click on that, it pops up a link, click on the link, and it kicks you right down to the planner. So now I can write all the information I'm doing in class. So if I'm doing any activities in class, I can jot that down. So maybe I'm in math first hour. I write down, this is what I'm doing in math during class. If I have a homework assignment, I can just jot it down right here really quick. If I'm going to my second hour class, which is English or whatever you're doing, I can jot that down. What are my classroom activities? And do I have a homework assignment? And so now you can track. It's just like your handheld planner from last year, but it's just electronic. And so I can scroll down and it says, maybe I need to jot down some things that I'm going to be doing or participating in after school. Maybe I want to write that down so it's a reminder for me. So you can navigate, use this however you want. And so hopefully this helps you out. This is not as overwhelming as the online, the Schoology calendar. And so this is just another option for you. You can use it, do whatever you want with it, okay? Now, when you want to access this again, you want to continue to go to your bookmark bar and click on it there. You do not want to go back. You do not want to go back to this page and click on it here again, because it's going to give you a different copy. So if you lose it, yeah, then go back here. But if you have done all the things we've asked from you, you follow the directions, you will no longer need this link right here. Okay? That is just a one-time setup and you're done. I do not need to go back to this. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Once I use this link and I save a copy, I do not need to go back to this. So how do I access this? If I already created a electronic planner, how do I access it? Go to your bookmarks, find out where you bookmarked it, click on it, and there you have it. Okay, so that is option number 3, the electronic planner. This brings us to our last option, which is option number 4. If options 1 through 3 do not work for you, I would suggest that you go to Office Max, Walmart, or Target and purchase your own handheld planner. And so those planners normally cost anywhere between $5 to $10. So if options 1 through 3 do not work for you and you're trying to find a way, you're trying to find a tool that works to help organize or to jot down your homework, I would suggest to go buy a handheld planner. If you have any questions regarding options 1 through 4, please stop by and talk to a teacher and we will help you out.